Hey y'all, it's Mandy, the Sleep Nana. I am coming in with, been a mess today. This is like the 367th time I've tried to record this video, so let's see how this time goes. But I'm coming at you with my 10-week post-op VSG update. I am 5 foot 4 inches, 44 years old. I had surgery on June the 23rd with Dr. Rossi at CMAC in Charleston, West Virginia. My high weight was 259.6. My weight day of surgery was 247.6. My goal weight is 140. Last week, I weighed in at 209. This week, 204.2. So that is a 4.8 pound loss, which I'm very happy with. So that means that since my high weight, I've lost 55.4 pounds, and since the day of surgery, I've lost 43.4 pounds. 64.2 pounds to go till I hit my goal, my big goal. And the first goal that I set for myself, I don't know if you caught some of my other videos, I've mentioned it. Lord, y'all, I'm a mess. Anyway, yeah, the plan today was to get a little more presentable than this, but it didn't happen, obviously. Then we'll just stop planning that, because every time I plan it, it doesn't happen. So I'm just going to say it's whatever, and maybe I'll get to fix my hair. But the first goal that I had set for myself was to be in Wonderland by vacation, which is September the 12th. Today is the 1st. I have 12 days to do that, obviously. Well, 11 now. It's doable, very much so. So we'll see. Something else that I measured or calculated today that I don't do every week because it doesn't change every week is my BMI. My starting BMI was 42. Today my BMI is 35. And my goal is to be around 24 BMI. So, and that puts me in a healthy range for my height, my frame, and all that jazz. Something else that I noticed this past week, I was going through just looking through my Fitbit app at my weekly progress report, and I noticed that my resting heart rate has changed. At my high weight, my resting heart rate was 82, and I remember that number because when I was talking to my husband about that, and I was like, well, it makes sense because I kind of feel like I'm 82. Just joking. I mean, of course, not really, but my resting heart rate now is 67. That is a big change. So that means that there's less strain on my heart, and it's not having to work as hard to pump blood to the rest of me. So that's awesome. This week I planned to do some outdoor walks. Let me lay this down, guys. Sorry. I hadn't done that yet since surgery, other than just walking the dog up the street and back, which is not far at all. I hadn't done that. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained today too, as you can see, because I was concerned with staying hydrated. I had been having some issues with dehydration, so since it was, the temperatures were hot and it was humid outside, I thought it best to get my steps in indoors. Or else I was just been defeating the purpose of, the water that I was struggling to get in at the time, and just to go outside and just sweat it right back out. So, but the water is definitely gotten a lot easier. Calories are still kind of low, but it is getting easier to get in the water and some calories. Still waiting the 30 minutes, and I don't think that's something that I will stop doing, just because I find it very uncomfortable to not wait 30 minutes after I eat to have something to drink. And they say that kind of like washes down the food before your body's had the opportunity to absorb all the nutrients from your food. So that's something that I'll probably stick with regardless. As far as waiting 30 minutes to eat after I've had something to drink, 15 minutes and I'm good. I'm not telling you to do that. You do what your surgeon and nutritionist has told you to do. And I actually just discovered that by mistake one day. It wasn't something like, oh, well, let me just test these waters. I just didn't realize that my 30 minutes wasn't up before I sat down with my husband to start eating, and I was fine. So that's kind of a general rule for me now. So 15 minutes before I eat, I'll stop drinking, and then I still wait and will continue to wait 30 minutes after I eat to have something to drink. I didn't get to start my walking outside yesterday and didn't get to do it today because of the weather here. We're having some rain. I mean, it's not like I'm going to melt or anything, but I mean, if I can walk inside and stay dry, then I'm going to do that. And I hadn't been feeling the best over the weekend, which was totally my fault. Let me tell y'all what my crazy butt done. So, like most of us, I have the vitamin and like pill organizer. I have the one that comes in like the big box, and then it's got individual ones in the inside. And so I fill that up. Excuse me. Every week, and I just don't think about our medication and our vitamins anymore because I've done that. And so when one needs refilled from the pharmacy or we run out of a vitamin, I have this 3-tier like circular shelf thing that sits on my counter in my kitchen. So when we run out of a vitamin or something needs refilled, I set the bottles on that. So I know that's kind of like my reminder, because I notice when things are out of place. Like I'm one of those people. And apparently the older that I get, I'm noticing that I'm not as good at multitasking as what I used to be, because I was on the phone with my daughter last week when I was refilling our boxes, and I put one of my medication bottles in the basket, and it went back in the shelf or in the cabinet instead of putting it on like the refill spot where it should have been because it needed refilled. And just so happened it was my antidepressant. And everybody knows that that's something that you should never stop cold turkey. It can actually cause your symptoms to be worse. And all weekend I just don't feel right. Something felt off. And one of our family members tested positive for COVID, and I said, oh crap, do I have the COVID? And here we are, less than 2 weeks, from vacation. Just my luck. Been looking forward to this, and so I just rested as much as I could. I really didn't have a choice. My body was like, girl, sit down, Sunday night, I went to bed early, and my daughter stopped by not thinking anything about it or thinking that I would even be in bed. Y'all, I am a straight mess. This hair. Because at the time she stopped by, I usually am still awake. And so I heard somebody knocking at the door, and I looked at my phone and seen her on the doorbell. And when I got up out of the bed, y'all, I was so dizzy that I stumbled and fell into the wall. And I didn't know if I was going to be walking down the stairs to let her in or rolling down them, to be honest. And then all day yesterday, I was just like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is it? And so when my alarm went off yesterday at 6 o'clock for my calcium, so I have it like calcium and then that medication, my antidepressant. And so I just went in there and I was going to get them, and I thought, holy crap. So then my wheels started turning, and I thought, I haven't taken that since last Thursday. That is the last time that I remember taking that. So that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, of course, the pharmacy was already closed when I realized. So 4 days. And so I finally got it today. My daughter came up to get something else. My other daughter, like they're always leaving their stuff here. And so I just had her to pick it up for me, and I took it. And the dizziness has stopped. Energy has been a little bit better. I still feel a little sleepy, but the dizziness has went away, thank God. It was like worse than any hangover I've ever had in the past. I don't drink anymore, but look, I used to throw it back though. So yeah, it's crazy how not taking that medication for just those few days had that kind of effect on me. So note to self, and just a little public service announcement to you all. When they say don't skip that stuff, they are not playing. Like, don't skip it, okay? I will stay on top of that, pay attention to that a lot better from here on out for sure. And I mean, I usually do. Things were busy, everything was crazy this weekend, and I just wasn't paying attention. So again, totally my fault. So that was another reason that I kind of stayed inside, and just that way, like if I did fall out, I wouldn't be as embarrassed to fall out in my living room versus next to the side of the road or something, you know. Speaking of vacation, I definitely plan on getting outdoors there, and not only enjoying the boat and the lake, but going for a walk. We rent the same house every year. There's only been 1 year that we've been there to Lake Murray that we've not rented that house. We actually rented a different one. And so the neighbors, like, they recognize us when we come in. They don't always remember our names, but they know our faces. And to be honest, I don't remember their names either. But I feel 100% safe going for a walk around that community. I like walking outdoors just because for me anyway, I said that weird. For me, anyway, it is it's more therapeutic, I think. I throw in my Beats earpods and open up my music app and go for a walk, and even though the music is playing, it's kind of like I'm clearing my head at the same time. It's just something that I enjoy, and it helps me a lot when I'm feeling stressed out or just overwhelmed. And fresh air helps that, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And in the neighboring community from the house where we ran on vacation, there's some hills in that community that has some pretty serious inclines. And so I plan to make my way over there. It's just a short walk on the main road. It's a little 2-lane road. So I'll probably do that just to get that incline in too. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not planning on splurging much as far as foods go, just because I still feel like I'm not real far out to be going ham like that. But now I am going to enjoy myself because it is vacation. In the sense of I'm not going to be so strict about, oh, I got to get at least 10,000 steps in. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. No, if we decide to sit on the screened-in porch and play a board game instead of going for a walk, no big deal. That's what we'll do. There's a pastry shop that we love to visit, a bakery. I'm not going to have anything from there this year because I've not reintroduced any like sugars or anything like that, and vacation is definitely not the time that I want to have an experience with dumping syndrome. Like I don't want to. We always get Domino's pizza at least one night because we love Domino's, and there's not one near where we live. When they decide to do that, I'll make myself a little pizza that I make on a carb balanced tortilla in the oven, and I just won't feel like I'm missing out as much. You know, there's little things that you can do to make yourself, feel like you're not missing out. Now, is it going to taste like Domino's? Heck no. But am I going to get full off a half of that little pizza that I'm going to make in the oven, and then it's going to be done and I'm going to be fine? Yep, that's what will happen. So it's all good. So I have 12 days, like I said, to lose around 5 pounds. 11 days. So that is what my goal is going to be for this week. That's what I'm going to be concentrating on. I'm still going to weigh in on the 7 days, but I'm definitely going to weigh in the morning before we leave for vacation, and I will update you all to let you know if I met that goal or not. Positive vibes that it's going to happen. I think I can do it. And I think that's about it, guys. This is probably the shortest video that I've ever posted because I tend to get on here and ramble, and it's still a short one, and I did go off on a ramble about my medication. So, all right. To you guys who have recently subscribed to my channel, I appreciate it. I'd appreciate it if you are watching this and you have not subscribed yet, that you would do that and click that thumbs up button because that really helps my channel. And then if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified when I post more updates. So I hope everybody has a great week, and I will talk to you guys soon. And again, thanks for watching. Good night, guys.